And we're back with some more Rimworld. And today we've been interrupted in our assigning those jobs out to everyone by a siege. Wait, a sapper raid by a bunch of travelers. There's like 113 of them. We're going to go mow them down. Okay, they're not... Well, I'm bringing all of our people over here, or 100 of them. I think 100 people with machine guns should be able to take care of a bunch of bow people. So, oh, they're not going over there, though. Where are you going? Where are you going? Come on. Yeah, I think they're probably going to go to this section. I should probably get someone down here to close the door. Who's the closest? Sean, can you go through here? Oh, damn it. No, they can't. Never mind. We'll get someone from over here to come out and close the door for them. If we can close the door, it'll take them a little bit longer to get in. It'll give our people more time to collect up. Or they can just walk right on by. Okay. Let's maybe... If they're going further down here, they're probably going to go for one of the doors. That's because... Well, it's easier to get through. I think we'll line up around here, or wherever they eventually decide to dig in. Looks like they've decided where they want to break in. We'll close that door to buy ourselves a little bit more time. And you can go back over there. Betsy, forget your mission. I was going to get Betsy to close the door over there. And there we go. Please tell me. Yeah, I definitely said that to close. It'll take them a minute or two to dig in. When they do, we should hopefully have enough people over here. And, oh, you know what? Let's maybe close those doors. Don't want anyone doing anything stupid and going outside. That would be dumb. And then let's wait for them to open these doors. Once the doors open, we'll just rain a whole bunch of bullets on top of them and kill them all. Alright, that's the first door down. Oh, that reminds me. What? Wrong one. I want to make sure that they can rebuild that when the time comes. I should really go in here and make sure that no one does anything stupid, like leave the safe zones. Yeah, let's just have everyone... Make sure everyone stays inside the colony safe zones. Doesn't come and try and repair or replace these doors. The door is about to go at 70%, and we've only got 70 people here. I think that's enough. With the sheer amount of firepower, and we do have an awful lot of machine guns, I think we should be able to take them out in time. Come on, and there we go. Yeah, they got to funnel through that little choke point, which gives us plenty of time to get as much damage done as possible. Okay, well that's a little bit more than I was expecting, but yep, machine guns, it seems, incredibly effective at killing Scrambles. What the hell? Mobile. Sorry, buddy. What got you? Great bow to the skull. Yep. Oh well. They were bound to get lucky at some point. God, that kind of sucks. But on the bright side, we'll mow down a whole bunch of... Whoa. Guys. There's like... You know what? Do us a favor. Just kill those people over there, would you? Just, you know, they're right there. In fact, are one of the ones that fired that shot? Because that would be really embarrassing if they were. Alright, those should hopefully get shut down now by some more focused fire. But there we go. And... yeah, I think that's enough of them dead. Christ, that's annoying. We still lost someone, which is kind of an irritant. Oh, and we don't need to capture any more prisoners anymore. Well, we don't. We've got the numbers we need, so we're just going to let all those ones die. We have encountered some other problems as well. One of our other pawns has been injured, and it's not a fun injury either. Yeah, they got shot in the brain. They're down to 30% efficiency. I think we're going to have to get our hands on another harmonizer. Sorry, Thomas. Yeah, you may end up just being a sort of another meat beacon for us. At the same point, we're going to have to bury Mobile as well. Sorry, Mobile. That just... At some point, you're going to get unlucky, especially when you're facing this many tribals. This lined firing technique, though, it does work. It's fast. It's just not as safe as it could be. Our nose installation operations have been interrupted, unfortunately, by a bunch of mechanoids. It's actually a reasonable sized one. That's 16 centipedes, 12 scythers, 9 lancers, and I'm pretty sure there's a pikeman or 2 in there somewhere, but we don't really care. We've pulled all the animals back inside. We've set our colonists to stay inside the safe zone. And they should just go all the way around to the kill box, which is going to take them an eternity. Honestly, a really, really long time. In fact, we can get rid of all of this stuff. Oh, and who's awaiting an operation? Oh, a card. Yeah, we're basically operating like crazy to get everyone all prettified. We've had 2 new lovers kick in during this time period because, well, everyone's looking hotter. We've got a base of hot colonists and they're just hooking up with each other. I think this nose job idea is going to work out. We have a fully stocked kill box. It's loaded up to the gills. We have an awful lot of these guys coming in. You know what? I should maybe set this to ignore. Don't want anyone who's walking around the back line starting shooting our people in the back. That would be awkward. Okay. That seems to be rather successful. Now, my hope is that none of these scythers should be able to get over here. It's just there should be enough firepower that nothing has a chance of surviving more than a split second in the kill box before it gets insta-murdered. Well, that's the theory. Let's see what happens. Due to a bit of stupidity on my part, the people with the EMP grenades are a little bit behind schedule. So they're not going to be here for a minute, which means we've got to just take on a bunch of centipedes with no EMP backup. That's, this could be a problem. Okay, that actually went pretty well with the first one. Oh, that one's going to get off a shot. Yep. Ow. Wow, I love the way you decided to go the one most dangerous route to get to the, your grenadier area. That's incredibly smart. Oof. This is such a mess. Okay, perfect. We will put you to target right there. Okay, how are people doing? What? Why is no one running around on fire? I mean, okay, I'm not complaining. It's just, oh, there's one. It just normally there's like a bunch of them running around like headless chickens going, oh my god, I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning. This instance, no one's doing that. Okay, and grenade, please. There we go. Okay, that's one grenadier. Where's the other person with EMP grenades? Come on. Wait, what are you doing? Get in there. You want to be shooting. Joey, there you go. We'll have Joey come in over there and help out as well. I think we got this. That was a little bit sloppy of me at the start, not having the EMP guys there, but I accidentally let them run away, and then there was no one to actually... Well, we didn't have any nearby EMP grenades to replace them, and we just had to wait until they ran up. But, yeah, I think this should just be a case of rolling them. I'm pretty sure we did more damage to the kill box with the tribals, though I suppose we did have a little stop and repair in the middle. Well, that worked out really well. I will say the centipedes and mechanoids in 1.2 are not too hard to kill. It's going to be fun when we upgrade to 1.3. I'm really looking forward to the new wall smashers they've got. It's about time we floored the last of the open spaces we traverse a lot. I think we're even going to start flooring in the farming areas where we're not actually farming. Oh, and we've put in another mortar area. This one's going to hold about 20, so we'll have 16 here, 16 here, 20 over here, all spread out nice and far apart, so if any of them get hit, the other ones will still be around. We're not going to put all our mortars in one basket. Alright, now, let's just, while the aesthetic noses are being installed, we're going to do some side projects just to clean up all of the ground area around here to make sure our pawns aren't walking around on any dirt as much as possible. We're having a bit of a slowdown on our progress right now, but that's namely due to stocking up our mortars. If you check here, we had to queue up, about 600 mortar shells to make sure every mortar area was fully stocked. 600 mortar shells takes a little bit of time. We also had to make an awful lot of chem fuel to go with that. In fact, what's our chem fuel reserves down to? 1900. Yeah, we dropped a lot of chem fuel into all of those mortar shells. Also an awful lot of steel. I think we're down to about 1500 steel at this point. In fact, most of our local reserves have been exhausted, and we've just got, what, 1200 left? Oof. Yeah, we burned through a lot of resources getting those done. But once we get in those last few shells, what are we up to again? Yeah, 582. Another 18 shells. Once those are done, we'll only have aesthetic noses left to do, or aesthetic noses. 1 second, and if you'll check down here, how many have we got to install just now? Yeah, we got 11 in stockpile. That's not a lot, but we're going to crank up production the moment all of this, all the mortar shells are done. We actually had an infestation way over here at these two mining drills, and well, it turns out the bugs were more than happy enough to follow our escaping pawn who was operating the mining drills, which makes dragging them back here just all the easier to get killed. We don't want to drag them too... Well, we don't want to kill them way over there, because then we've got to drag them all the way back to our fridge. Alright, come on, get a little bit closer. We need to shoot you all. Yeah, when we got them in a nice wide open field, this just becomes a brutal slaughter. I'm betting none of them get up to melee range. Oh, that little sticker almost did it. No, no, don't do it. Don't make me look like an idiot. Damn it! Okay, they got off one hit. One hit's not that bad. I mean, it's almost right. As you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, just so much stuff happens. There's just... I can't really cover it all. It's mostly minor stuff, though. Someone got in a taming... There's a quest we're going to have a look at in a minute. A fire-starting spree, an inspired recruitment, exotics goods trader, more traders, components, parties, new recruits, found stuff. It's just a never-ending spam of things at this point. You keep track of it, but trying to keep everyone informed is just, it's not going to happen. Quest-wise, we do have this one, Pansy and the Rhinoceroses. And because it's all about pansies, I mean, we kind of have to take it. Plus, it's a new recruit, so this guy Pansy will join us. All we have to do is take on 37 man-hunting rhinos. I mean, that I'd take the 37 man-hunting rhinos even if there wasn't a prize for it. First thing we do is we change all the zones, all the animals come back inside, all our people go to the safe areas, and then once the doors are all closed, we'll summon in the rhinos. Alright, Pansy, let's see where you're coming from. Do we need the extra person? No. Oh god, no. We've got... The game is, you can actually see the frames. Let's see what happens. Where are you coming from, buddy? Where are you coming from? Alright, a malingerer named Pansy. Okay, they're a malingerer. Oh look, they're greedy. Do we have enough bedrooms for all the greedy people? I'm not even sure. Wow. That's a lot of passions. And a burning passion in construction. Incapable of dumb labour, but... Seriously, look at all those stats. They're greedy, but they're an optimist as well. So great mood bonus. The greedy's annoying, but not really a big deal. And no health conditions? Seriously? Yeah, that's good. No, keep your clothes on, buddy. Keep your clothes on. We're going to bring you inside. I presume the animals are going to be right behind you, so we're going to run you this direction. Yeah, towards the kill box. If they get you before we can... Well, if the rhinos that are about to show up any minute now catch up with you, that's actually not a big deal. Plus, we'll run by these Empire guys over here, and if they accidentally get killed by a bunch of stampeding rhinos, you know, so much the better. I was of the opinion that here they are. They do appear in the same spot. 38 rhinos. Let's see if they follow our man. If they do, great. If they don't, we'll just send out a squad to kill them. Actually, 38 rhinos. We might have sent out about 100 people to kill them. That's a lot of rhinos. They have a tendency to do an awful lot of damage if you're not careful. We have summoned some reinforcements to help out. Hopefully they'll get there in time. Ooh, this might not have been our best idea. Let's hope the Empire troops do something stupid like slow them down. Yep, they're slowing them down. Hopefully our people don't shoot a bunch of the Empire troops. That would also be annoying. How does a colonist need rescue? How? What? Why? Muscle parasites? Oh, okay. Wimp. Okay, so you sort of just walked out here, caught muscle parasites. Oh my god. Okay, 69 people caught muscle parasites, and you just passed out because you're a wimp and you can't handle muscle parasites. Well, this is going to be a bit awkward. All the people we've just summoned have caught a bunch of stuff. Okay, our people are doing okay, but yeah, maybe focus fire some of the closer ones. We may have to do some pausing and focus firing. Oh god. No, we're doing pretty good. We have a lot of people with guns. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we pull those people back. And then I'm thinking we just lock that door there. Yeah, everyone can go a different way. That just seems like a very dangerous location. Let's have everyone here pull back a bit. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking a little bit more of a line along this direction. There we go. Get people a little bit more lined up towards where they're coming from. That went well. I don't think anyone even died. A few major break risks. Someone's got muscle parasites. Christ. Okay, all of you. You might as well get back to work. Oh, in case you're wondering, I've gotten much faster at doing a bunch of stuff. One is this colony mod allows you to just change the areas really quickly. So I just put this back to colonist area, and every single colonist is now set back to their normal areas. That way, I can just do this. This is this temporary group I made just to handle this one incident. So all I have to do is select a lot of them, then go into, select a lot of them, and then just undraft them all. Yeah, that takes a minute while the computer figures out what they're all going to do. Then we go back into manage, and we just disband the group. And then we don't have to worry about them. And we go back into animals in here, and there's the animal safe zones. They're all set up to different ones. For example, most of the animals are in a nice safe area. Oh, you're new. A couple of new donkeys, I think, that showed up. Oh, now I know what was going on. Those ones were off on a... Well, they weren't around when this last happened. But assuming you've got them all set up, we then set them all back to default animals, and it switches them all back. So some of them will be in some areas, some will be in others, depending on what way they're configured. That just allows me to quickly and efficiently set everyone back to where they were. This has saved an awful lot of time. Instead of manually going through and changing zones every damn time. Oh, so much less painful, especially when dealing with a colony this size. We are finally getting on top of things, but unfortunately we can't do any operations right now, namely because a bunch of people are affected by muscle parasites, which is affecting their manipulation, and I'd have to change a whole bunch of doctor priorities to make sure some surgeons don't operate. For example, we can check the surgery success chance here, and, oh, damn it, wrong way. Yeah, there we go. And you'll see, oh yeah, all of those are at 92%, but then you've got a bunch down here that are active at 75, 62, 60. Yeah, they've all got muscle parasites, and changing this here does nothing. For example, yeah, bring it back up, and suddenly they're right back selected again, or were they? Yeah, this one here, say Steve, 86 Steve. And we go right back in. Yeah, whatever changes you make inside the numbers mod to the work priorities, it doesn't actually carry over to the actual work priorities. I'm not bothered changing them, so we'll wait until the muscle parasites wear off before we queue up any more operations. Plus, we've managed to get ourselves in a psychic harmonizer. Thomas has a bright future ahead of them, you could say. Alright, let's get on with some naming, though. We have hired so many people. This yeah, is going to take a minute. I'll put a bookmark if you want to skip past all the naming, because there's going to be about 20 people, at least, we're naming here. 181 Hans-Martin Dieffenbacher. They're going to be cooking and building, namely because of those. They're in a tough ascetic, which is actually two really good trait combos. Only injury is a neck stab scar, which actually isn't that bad. It's minor enough. It's still going to affect them, but, ooh, actually it does affect their talking quite badly. But still, solid pawn. I tried Googling 182, but it turns out that's just Mylriahd. Mylriahd. I'm going with Mylriahd. I'm sorry. I know I'm leaving out the D there, but it's just, that's impossible to pronounce. And there's no recommendations anywhere. Builds animals, namely because that's what they've got a burning passion for. They're a tough night owl, so we had to stick them on a bit of a weird schedule, but that's just another tough pawn. They always work out great. And look at that shooting skill already. Little bit of a permanent gunshot injury in the left eye, but nothing we can't work with. It's like an 8% reduction in sight. We're not too worried. 183, we've got just Patrick. Welcome to the team, Patrick. Building and mining, because they've got construction and mining. And to go with it, they're a psychically dull undergrounder. So a construction mining bent just seems perfectly normal. Health conditions, 0. 184, Mathew Greening. Building and planting. Construction, plants, only things I have an interest in, but also, well, barring drugs, fast learning, and a pretty. So they're a pretty drug addict who's a fast learner. Okay then, health conditions, all of the drugs, and left thumb is destroyed, which has reduced their manipulation by 90%. That's just great. I should really actually give them a plant hand. I'll queue up a field hand and a nose, but we'll just not install them yet. We've got to wait until some negatives wear off on our surgeons. Welcome to the team, Mathew. You'll work out fine once we get you a new hand. At 185, we have Rowan Sobey. They're a transhumanist with a great memory, which, yeah, they're two awesome traits, actually. How are we finding such good pawns this late on? I have no idea. Anyway, planting, crafting, namely because we need more crafters and we can always do with more planters. Health condition-wise, they've got a torso scare. They're missing their leg. Kind of missed that one, so we've queued up a couple operations, just suspended them for now. We'll get around to them in a minute. Solid pawn once they get a new leg. At 186, we've got Julian trademarked. You can't trademark Julian. That's like me trying to trademark Francis. You can't do that. There's okay, you can try, but I don't think you're going to be able to enforce that one. Planting and cleaning, because, well, they've only got one thing they're actually interested in. They're a fast learner, which means they'll actually be pretty good just about anything we want to put them in, but we've got enough for everything. And a night owl, so wonky schedule for them as well. Health conditions-wise, detoxifier stomach came with it, so yeah, good stuff. Rock solid pawn. 187, we have an honest guy. Crafting and mining, because, well, we need more crafters. We can always do it miners. And look at this, fast walking and kind. It's just, where are all the good pawns? But why are they all coming at this particular point? We could have used these ages ago. No health conditions even. Welcome to the team, Chief. 188, Scott Oppenheimer, or we're just going to call him Scott Opp. Now, Scott Opp here is into mining and crafting, but they also happen to be an industrious night owl brawler. So we're equipping them with a plasma sword. We've managed to get enough melee weapons for all our brawlers now. But the night owl thing means weird wonky schedules, but industrious is a plus 25 to global work speed. Kind of nice. That's why we've got them in mining and crafting. They're just rock solid. Which reminds me, I should really give them some drill arms. Nope. We already have enough people with drill arms. Also, their brawler trait makes them far more likely to get into fisticuff fights, which they already have. And for some reason, they're an ex-wife of number 35. I don't know how. It's before they even met them. I think we just captured someone's husband at some point along the way. You can even see the leftover marks of all the fights they've been in already. 189, we have Swaggerbuns. Not gonna lie, pretty awesome name, I have to admit. Crafting and cooking, namely because they got burning passions in it. They're a tortured artist and slothful. So maybe not the most productive of pawns, but we put them into the things they've got the most passions for. And health-wise, they've got asthma, and an old gunshot wound, meaning they are just terrible. They're terrible, but they have a great name, so I suppose it all evens out. 190 Bryan Johnson, straight into mining and building, and I am really sorry. You're super immune and industrious. You're incapable of caring, however you may care that you kind of had a bit of a run-in with a mega sloth there. Well, you were set up to go hunting, you were on your own, the mega sloth got a bit riled up, you were standing right beside it for some reason, and you lost your foot. Almost bled out, but we barely managed to save you. Sorry, we'll get you a replacement leg in a bit. You just, we gotta wait until the mechanites wear off and all our resurgents are back up to scratch, but you'll probably be okay-ish. Sorry. 191, we got Andy, planting and crafting. Careful shooter, great memory, steadfast. Actually, rock solid pawn. Careful shooting is actually pretty good. I've read some stuff on it recently, and it's not as bad as you think. You think it gets worse later on. It's not actually that bad until you get to really high levels of shooting. But shooting 0, I think will be fine for a very, very long time. Health conditions, just muscle parasites. Solid pawn. 192, we got Justin Popa. They're just assigned to cleaning, namely because, look at this. Can't do caring, can't do social, can't do firefighting, only has a passion in melee, chemical interest, trigger happy, and misandrist. Now, the chemical interest and misandrist, bit of a problem. Trigger happy, you know what? I like trigger happy. Pew pew pew. Okay, but a female at 20, she's getting in no relationships at all. Solid pawn in terms of, well, just cleaning. We need more cleaners. What can I say? 193, we have Jason, crafting and building, namely because we need more crafters to get ourselves more noses, and building because they're just really good at it. Careful shooter and kind. Health conditions, nothing. Just a solid all-round pawn. In fact, we even got them in a bit of scanning in the background because they've got high intellectual. Perfect pawn. 194, we have Ep4. It actually kind of worked out nicely on the numbering. Wardens and scanning, namely because all of their traits come in at the bottom. We have a depressive pyromaniac bloodlust. Yeah, that's going to go really well with their high intelligence, high social skill, and high medical. I see some sort of horrific medical experiments going on here where they... Oh, yeah, no. You know what? This can only end badly. Welcome to the team, Ep4. Please try not to do any horrible medical experiments while you're here. Oh, actually, I think we've already done those, haven't we? 195, Philip Matthew Torres. Crafting and cleaning for a psychopathic, abrasive nudist. Yeah, I just imagining someone running around nude, making snide comments while also being a psychopath. Ugh. Anyway, crafting and cleaning, they've got high crafting skill. Eventually we'll train them up in something. It's just at the moment all they're making is low-end clothing. No health conditions, just the muscle parasites. They'll actually turn out to be a good crafter, long term. 196, we've got Kai Yin, plants, animals, and they're a misogynist ascetic. Damn it, I should really be putting them in a bad room. This is probably hurting them. Their bedroom's too nice for them. You know what? Who cares? We can sort all of that stuff out later once we've got everyone's locked in place. Look at that medical skill, though. They'll make a good doctor, too. 197, Leon Widdershoven. Chemical fascination, annoying voice, and slothful. Because, you might as well just put all of those into one big package. A lazy drug addict that likes to whine a lot. That's just, perfect. Cooking and crafting. They'll probably get good at them eventually, though honestly we're close enough to the end of the game. That might not happen. Welcome to the team. Try not to annoy too many other pawns. At 198 we have Grifballin, animals and plants. Also creepy breathing and staggeringly ugly. Oh wow, I have never seen a pawn that bad before. 1 second. They are universally hated by everyone. This -0 number, if that's a minus number and it's below 21, that means the person hates you and classifies you as a rival and they get a mood boost when you die. Yeah, everyone in the colony hates them. The reason for this is, if you're ugly, you get a -1 beauty, that's a -20 social points. If you're staggeringly ugly, you get a -2 beauty, which is -40 points. If you've got creepy breathing, that's -25 points. So everyone, by default, has -65 social points towards this pawn. And if you go below 21, they hate you. They literally hate you. This pawn, even if I gave them both the aesthetic shaper and the aesthetic nose, that would just bring them up +40, meaning they'd still be at -25, meaning unless they've managed to raise their social factors with a few people, everyone will still, by default, hate them. That is, sorry, Griff. You will just be really despised. Just so despised. On the bright side, though, no health conditions, so, you know, swings and roundabouts. 199. We've got Scrambles. Crafting and animals because, well, we need more crafters. Animals are good. Super immune pyromaniac jogger. Alright, so they're a health fanatic who likes to go jogging, has a really good immune system, and likes to start fires. Yep, sounds reasonably normal. You'll do actually pretty well in this colony. For number 200, drum roll please, we have Timothy Cowger. And Timothy here is a lazy, pessimistic artist. Yeah, I feel that sort of encapsulates this entire colony. This mob of misfit pawns who just, yep, they function though. This mob of misfits is mostly functional. They will fit right in here, assuming we can get them to do any art. Otherwise, they just clean up around the place. And health condition-wise, they've got a burn scar on their eye, arm, and leg. Because of course they do. Well, a lot of people got burns joining this colony for some reason. No one knows why. We still have 9 pawns left to name, and we've got 1 more prisoner we're waiting to recruit. I'm just holding off until their go-juice addiction wears off. So we have 1 last naming ceremony to go, and that will bring us all the way up to 210 pawns. Though realistically, we've got 203, which means 7 have passed away. You know, it's an okay death rate for a colony of this size, I presume. Probably, I don't know. There's nothing to really compare it to. It would appear our animal practices are a little bit unsanitary. A lot of our cows have come down with the flu. That is so much flu. Cow flu? Bovine flu? Okay, we've got bovine flu. Fine, this is going to take, what, that's 38 animals. Now, we're not using any medicine on them, so let's see how it goes after the first treatment, but we may end up using some herbal. I suppose we got 2,000 herbal, we could probably switch that on now. No, we'll that 1 treatment to see. Most animals are pretty robust. To catch up on some of these operations, we've got several of them going on at once. We've got Buddy installing an anesthetic nose over there, Jason Zielinski installing one there, Ortek installing one there, just Schweitzer installing one there. And we're installing all of these on actually the surgeons. We're making sure all the surgeons have their aesthetic noses in place so that, well, the rest of the operations will wait until they've recovered and the anesthetic is worn off, and then we can just queue up loads of operations and don't have to worry that we might accidentally queue up an operation involving someone who's just recovering from an anesthetic. Or we may end up with a pawn coming out of anesthetic who is a surgeon who then tries to operate while dozy and then accidentally botches someone's face and, you know, gives them a bit of brain damage. That would be bad. So we're just being careful here to make sure everyone who's operating is operating at 115% success chance. How is that even possible? I assuming you're having an inspiration of some sort? Oh, bionic arms. Hell of a thing, bionic arms. Thomas here has got himself some new threads. They got some, well, mostly decent gear. I wanted to make sure they had something fresh so that the clothes will last longer. Right now they're cranking their mood all the way up to 11. The way we're doing that is beer, tea, pretty much all the drugs really. In fact, let's get them a meal while we're at it. Consume a fine meal as well. We want to crank them all the way up to maximum mood, because when they get knocked unconscious, it's going to get locked there. 1 last meal as well. 1 last meal that they're actually conscious for, of course. And then comes the final steps in this rather little dark story. Next up, we're going to pick a very permanent spot for them to sit in, and it's going to be this medical bed here. This was put there specifically for Thomas. Now, we've queued up an operation to install a psychic sensitizer in their brain. This will crank up their psychic sensitivity, meaning when we do put in the psychic harmonizer, it should crank it up, make it even more powerful. At the same time, gear-wise, I've given them an LTEC staff. I'm not sure if that's going to help, but I figure it can't hurt, so we'll give them an LTEC staff, and so long as we don't ever wake them up again, they should keep it. The operation was a 100% success. They now have the psychic harmonizer installed, which means everyone within a 30-tile radius of them gets a bonus to their mood. In fact, it's been a 150% success. They've given out a plus 15 mood bonus to everyone in range. Now, the reason for that, I believe, is because we equipped them with the LTEC staff. This gives a 58% psychic sensitivity offset, whatever. It basically improved their psychic sensitivity, which means while they're holding it, it gives a plus extra 5 to the mood boost they give out to people. That's crazy. Normally it should only be 10. For example, Yunners down here is only giving out plus 10 to everyone for now. But I think we wake Yunners up, we get them to pick up a staff and see if the same thing happens. They should be able to give a plus 15 mood boost. I mean, look at this. I've actually mapped it out here. You can see the little planning tool. The planning tool here. So this goes all the way from there to there in radius. So you can also see it goes up as far as this tile here. So it's about that sort of radius from Yunners, who's down here in the corner. That's a pretty incredible radius. Now, it won't get the entire kill box, but, you know, does anyone want to volunteer to be a third meat beacon? I mean, these meat beacon things are working out real nice. It's going to keep everyone very happy. Look at Fushir. They're actually, are they hypersensitive or something? Yeah, they're psychically hypersensitive, and look how happy they are. They're getting a plus 28 from Thomas and a plus 18 from Yunners. They are super duper happy, because you can stack up to 3 of these in one spot. If we were to get, say, a psychically hypersensitive pawn, get them to pick up a staff, they should give off about 20... I'm going to have to do some testing on this, because... Okay, but first things first. Yunners here is we're going to wake them up with a bit of go juice and get them to pick up a staff. And Jeremy over here is going to recruit our very, very last pawn. This is the last one we're recruiting. You'll notice they do have resistance, but we do have an inspiration. And this person has finally gotten over their... what was it they had? I think it was go juice addiction. Well, their go juice addiction is gone, so we're going to hire them and give them a new leg. In fact, can we afford to give them a new leg? Yeah, we can give them a new leg. In fact, we'll probably give them a nose while we're at it. We've been dishing out the noses like crazy. And there we go. Our final colonist. They can't even walk. That might be the muscle parasites and the lack of a limb. We'll give them a leg and a nose. They'll be fine. Welcome to the team. That means we have 10 more people to name, but we're not doing that this episode. We're almost out of time. I think the next thing we want to do is get Yunners up and running with an LTech staff. I feel like I should be a little bit more descriptive of what exactly is going on here. I think a few people in the comments were confused. I think it's best to explain with Yunners here. Because they have brain damage, they're literally unconscious right now. They're basically in La La Land, dreamland. But what that does is it's the same, it equivocates to sleep. So all of their stats lock. So for example, here you'll see the recreation meter is no longer going down. Also their mood meter, see that arrow there? That's where their mood should be at if they were awake. Their mood would eventually decrease until it hit that point. But because they're unconscious, their mood cannot change. Therefore, while they remain unconscious, their maxed out mood, which we maxed them out before we let them go lapse into unconsciousness, this meant that they're constantly in their best mood possible, and because of that, the Psychic Harmonizer is pumping out the best mood boost possible. As well as that, one thing you have to worry about with these people when you get someone with a Psychic Harmonizer is, just say you get a high psychic drone, or they get sick, or they get something that affects their mood and drives their mood way down, then instead of broadcasting a happy mood, they broadcast a sad mood. The lower their mood is, it eventually goes past a tipping point and they start emitting negative mood, which can lead to catastrophic failures. But in this instance, they will give out a consistent... Well, this Thomas over here is going to give out a plus 15 mood boost to everyone in range. And Yunners is about to get issued some wake up. Or no, sorry, not some wake up, some go juice. Go juice gives a plus 20% to consciousness. This consciousness boost will allow Yunners to wake up. And boom, they have a risen. Now, their needs, they're at 100% mood. All we want to do, though, is grab them a LTech staff. Yeah, give them an excellent LTech staff. Once they've equipped that, if they start emitting plus 15 instead of plus 10 mood, for example, you'll see this one here, they've got a plus 10 from Yunners. But the moment we get Yunners to pick up that LTech staff, they should hopefully start emitting an extra 5. Assuming they can get there in time. Oh, social fight. God damn it. Yunners has finally... It seems like they lag out when they first start up. Yeah, well, their brain was probably not doing too good. Now let's have a look at someone around them. They're getting plus 10 from Yunners. And now they're getting plus 14 from Yunners, are they? They haven't even equipped it yet. What's going on? And, oh, they're taking off their helmet as well. Alright, so... Okay, that gives them that much. Maybe we need to give them something else. If we could give them, say, a helmet that increased psychic sensitivity, or a vest or something like that. Oh wait, I see why it's dropped to 14. Their mood has dipped below the 100% threshold, so people are not getting the max mood bonus out of them. Oh wait, that person's psychic hypersensitivity. That's why it's dropped from 15 to 14. All we need to do is get Yunners a little bit happier. Ooh, I wonder how we could do that. Give me one moment while we do something mildly probably ethical not, and then we can anesthetize them and put them back to sleep, and they can give out their constant mood boost to everyone in range. Hi, Yunners. Say goodbye to everyone. I doubt we'll be waking you up again. Another quick thing we did for a test is we got them to stick on an LTech Masterwork helmet. This increases psychic sensitivity by 20%, and lo and behold, it does help even more. That's up to plus 16 for anyone nearby them. Well, in a radius of 30 tiles. Doesn't appear to improve the radius, but it definitely improves the mood bonus. We're now going to anesthetize them again. They're high on go juice and psych IT, and we're going to queue up an anesthetization operation, and that should lock them at 100% mood. Once we might have to dose them twice because the anesthetic will wear off before the go juice wears off. Let's just make sure they're still at 100% mood. Yeah, they are. Alright, let's knock them out, people. Here comes Ortec now to make sure that Yunners stays asleep. There we go. Anesthetic sedated. We'll have to queue up another operation in a little bit. We'll give them another, and we'll anesthetize them again, but I'll wait about 4 or 5 hours before I do that. Sweet dreams, Yunners. Sweet dreams. Alright, over here we're doing another little thing. You see, I've got this annoying problem where when I queue up all of these coats and things like that, multiple people come along to try and make the same coat, and you end up with all of these half-finished items on the ground that never get done. So instead, we're going to start giving people dedicated workbenches that only they can use. Down here, this is, this is a sweatshop. It's in the dark, all of these things are not hooked up to electricity, and all we're doing is getting them to produce lots and lots of corsets. Namely because corsets take a huge amount of work and only use a small amount of ingredients. Maybe there's a better item, but this is the best one I could find. At 200 work, this means it'll take the longest amount of time to complete, which means the pawn using it will get as much experience as possible. This way we're leveling them all up to level 8. Once they can get up to level 8, they can start producing advanced components for us. You need to have a skill of, where is it? Give me a, oh, that's not advanced, but here we go. You need to have a crafting skill of level 8 minimum before they can start making advanced components, so we're just going to grind them up on the basic stuff. Then we're going to rip out the old prison, and it's going to become a mass production facility for, well, noses. We've installed so many at this point. What are we up to? I think we've got about 60 or 70 noses installed at this point, but we've still got about 130 to go, and I want to try and speed that along. Hopefully next episode we can get the rest of it knocked out. It's just these episodes are taking a little bit longer, so I'm trying to schedule some time off work so that I can finish this off and hopefully get this done, because I really, really, really want to try the new expansion. Anyway, I'm going to cut this out here. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck.